Desi.
I am Zebi.
Gorgan Brown.
I'm Roy. Nicky Dread.
And how long have you been knowing each other?
Cheers. Well,
From
me and Nicky are brothers. Right. Met Brown at Allied Carpets in Birmingham.
1979.
1972.
9.
1979.
1979.
So you've been playing together for over 30 years, basically.
But I joined Sciences 85. 1985 I joined Sciences.
Yeah.
So they were playing years before I came. I came 1985. No, 84. 84, 85.
Yeah, round about there.
Yeah.
Now at school we had tonight two sounds from Birmingham, Burningstrong, on
Yeah.
one night. Too bad Joseph couldn't be here.
I know.
But yeah, still your selection was killer. It was a really amazing set. Really nice vibe all the night through. Now I was talking to Het Depot, like this Birmingham sound identity thing, like what is it about? Like there's something with sounds from Birmingham and also King Earthquake, Javois back in the days that have something heavy, like even almost foul, like competition sound in a way. It's not for the weak-hearted. Do you agree?
Yes.
I agree.
But that
Yes.
stems from Birmingham being like probably one of the strongest music cities in England from like the 60s to probably 80, 85. It was probably one of the strongest cities.
The
Not
sound
discounting
system.
London, and the sound right, if you come to Birmingham to play a sound, even if it's a little sound, they're going to give you hell. So that's where it comes from basically.
Yeah.
And actually from the beginning, I assume you just started as DJs playing records, but how quickly, when Scientist was formed, did you also have a own sound system?
Oh, built it from day one.
From day one?
Basically,
Yeah,
started off on 12 inches. You're really right, we started off on like 12 inches and done like school discos and parties, little house parties, and then when we met each other, right, we just decided to make a big sound and we built some like quad boxes.
No, we had 15-inch unloaded.
No, but you had a quad box before that and doubles, huh?
Double.
Before them.
Yeah, they never last long. It was too heavy. Got rid of them.
It wasn't long after that we built a big sound. We was playing, we tried to play some of the top stands in Birmingham. Got beat up a couple times and learned our lesson. And this was progressed this year now.
Now a question I also asked to Aitel Basra is like, if you do sound system, you always invest a lot, like personally and financially,
Oh yeah.
and actually you never really get your money out. It's like a bottomless pit
Yeah.
of equipment
Yeah.
and renewing your sound because
It's always dipping into our pocket.
It's like an expensive hobby. Very
Yeah.
expensive hobby.
It's like when you've got that ideal sports car that you, right, it's always needing this bit there to fix it or that bit there to fix it or keep it on the road, so it's one of them things.
Y'all know what we're for. What is that selected? Oh, now up here. Now up here the first tour with Lalibela for the night. Sorry we couldn't make it tonight, car. We had something to sort out. Some, little things and difficulties. So you couldn't make it. But remember, tour with Lalibela there with the song from 12 years old. This is where it belongs. So anyway, you see him. Empty sound in come from. Remember me tell you. If I give some Lalibela, to my day I'm going to play some Lalibela. Come in,
In sound system culture with so many sounds everywhere worldwide, and also in Europe. you get this kind of culture thing that everybody starts building sound, but in the end it becomes a kind of car tuning.
What?
Just becomes a bit like car tuning, you know, like tuning a car. Like competition. Like
Definitely, yeah.
I tune my sound the best way. Everybody gets really technical, and no problem with that because I love progression. I think it's a really different vibe in competition than it was back in your day.
But some people go too far. They just because you got some big sound out there with loads of equipment and big speed, but they're not good sound. They're not good at playing music. And they're not good. They just go and they think that's a sound, but sound not about that. Because you got some little sounds when really heavy, who just got a nice frequency, but they know how to play them.
As when we started
It's not
playing
about being big
this style
and
of
crazy heavy.
music, right? Most of the sounds are playing just drum and bass, no vocals, and I'm thinking, I didn't know nothing about these, right? These guys introduced me to it, and I'm saying, yeah, well, I can't play like that. We've got to have some vocals.
In your day and age, but I know from stories that I heard and read that sound system culture used to be really competitive in the late 70s and 80s. Yeah. So you had to, when you played with a sound, you were actually always clashing with a sound.
Yeah. It was just a party, the clash, but you had to do it on there, like it wasn't like out and out like war. It's just I was playing a bit of tune me. I have to dig a bit and fight that way, but you still have to keep the crowd entertained, keep them dancing. Because
it's about keeping the crowd on your side by playing the best selection of music. You know, or playing it in a certain way.
It doesn't have to be a verbal war. We can't. It's a musical war.
But I don't know if you would agree that the difference sometimes in my eyes is like the difference with sound clash culture the way it was in the 80s. And the way competition is now in sound, while there's a unity vibe. Like before, I think lyricists and MCs were really important, and you had to entertain and keep the party going. And later it became more like the unity thing, but if you're not challenging each other vocally, then you try to compete in another way, and then one of the ways out is to play louder and louder, build bigger and bigger sound, which is maybe not always the best for a good sound system feeling.
Well, back then, right, because you had so many DJs and singers, right, it made what could come out of this recording studios a lot stronger. You had better vocals, better rhythm tracks, everything, right. But now, without that part of it, with the DJs and the singers on the sound, it's like the records have got weak, the vocals aren't so good because no one's going around practicing on the bass level. They're all practicing, they all want to be on stage and be the superstar, and you've got to start somewhere. And everybody's apprentice back in our days was, you're a box boy. At the beginning of the dance, they'll give you the mic, you can talk the mic at the beginning of the dance. When the dance really kicked in, then the bigger men take over and start playing the sound. But until then, nah. Right now, I think with the sound system, we've gone into a thing like this. It's like, who's got the power for the system more than anything? We had that like in the late 70s, early 80s, where you had one sound in particular, Jungleman. Well, I counted 64 18 inches.
They were terrible.
Right, that's how much stuff there was bringing. They had the actual engineers
Did you hear
who
that?
built the amplifiers.
Did you hear what you just said?
What?
Did you hear what you just said?
64
64 18 inches.
That's what counted them bringing into the dance.
What?
64. I stopped counting at 64, and they're still bringing more in.
fuck?
Jungleman sound system.
Jungleman.
Jungleman. I heard stories about it.
Biggest sound I've ever seen.
64 18 inches in a hole.
I heard a story in a documentary that Jungleman sound, it was a musical Iman documentary, that Jungleman sound played another sound, and they were going to run a tune that they also played, so they start playing it and they just come run over and they scratch the record with their knee.
Probably
So they couldn't play it anymore because they were the rules.
That happened with Naya. I was at that dance. A big fight broke out, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, when they done that. I climbed on top of the speaker box to get out of the way. A big fight broke out.
And was that more common? Like
Yeah, well at the time, right, it's like those two were like, alright, I don't know what you say, like two big football rivalries, they hated it. It's like, alright, I don't know why you say what the two rivalries in Belgium team.
Naya song and Jungleman,
Right,
because Naya was supposed to be the #1 song in Antwerp at the time. And then Jungleman just sprung out part of the
Out of nowhere, but
out of nowhere.
they had a big set of finance and certain people backing them, so right, their sound got massive overnight within a year or so.
It started to dominate.
And I wonder for you, like when you're playing here tonight with Heitel Bosra, do you actually want to be a bit better than Heitel Bosra?
Of course.
Well, I'll give you I haven't said this to anyone that's interviewed me. I started off my sound system thing in Heitel Bosra as one of his understudies, and I left Heitel Bosra to build my own sound because I thought I could build a better sound in Heitel Bosra. So, yeah.
You better get up and go on your knees. Walk away now from all evil days.
Like with the explosion of sound system culture all over the world, the way it was in the UK, it was very specifically linked with Rastafari, because also, I guess because of the big Caribbean community and the influence of Jamaica. But now with the building of new sound systems all over the world, it's more about like playing loud and having fun, but the Solomonic kind of element is not really there anymore. How do you feel about that?
It didn't start off with like basic Rastafari. It started off with like when our parents come here, they couldn't go to the nightclubs or anywhere, clubs or in clubs, so like they'd keep house parties and some of them had like a blue spot radiogram, which is like but bring the records around, they'd have a few drinks, some of them cook some curry goat and rice, and it started from there and developed from there. And you got like, I think Can Shelly from Jamaica and Compton.
One box.
It wasn't nothing to do with Rasta
two
sound
box.
system.
The Rasta thing came into it when the singers in Jamaica started. That was the.
But a lot of the top singers were Rastas in the reggae music. But that's not what started sound system.
And the 80s. That's how the singers was Rasta.
The Jamaicans were keen on it at the time. The Jamaican people were keen on it at the time, but it was prolific. They was prolific, yeah.
About the sound system is such a big personal investment. What keeps you going to keep doing it for all these years? Because how many years have you been doing sound system?
Long time.
Over 30 years.
Yeah, man, long time.
Over 30 years?
Certain of us enjoy different aspects of it. Me and him and Nicky Dread, he's an electrician, me and him build the boxes and we've got half an idea what he's doing with these stuff.
Lalibela was in our sound from 12 years old. He was 12.
So it's really like a musical family actually.
Yeah.
From his 12.
Everyone's got their own little bit that they do.
Yeah, our talent. We've all our own little talent.
Yeah. So we all bring something to the table, as they would say, to create scientist sound.
Right. Okay, nice. Thank you guys for your time. And,
no problem.
Really thanks for the amazing session. I was really, really happy.
It was well enjoyed too.
Yeah, likewise.
Two-way street, man.
Last one from this song, no respect and honor. Respect, play it close.
The earth is alive, fullness thereof. The world and they that dwell within. For he has founded it upon the seas and established it upon the floods. Your kingdom come, thy will shall be done. On earth as in heaven. Let us come, I say, your kingdom come, thy will shall be done. On earth as in heaven. Let us come, I say.
Do you want to bless up my sound for a G?
Do I want to what?
Bless up my sound for a G.
You got a song?
Yeah.
You have a song, Hassan?
Yeah.
Tell everybody a song.
My sound is